Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilk, and as we expected, there is some Gen 1 news. Not what I was personally expecting. I really thought they were finally going to announce the Gen 1 for the Game Boy emulator that's actually already built into the Switch, but or Switch Online technically. This wasn't what I was expecting to see. But this is still pretty hype. We are going to be getting 7-star Terror Raids for Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard will actually be making a comeback. So if you missed the original Charizard run, he's right here. And I have a ton of Charmanders, too, that I'll probably start dumping into the system here shortly. But Venusaur and Blastoise will be arriving for the very first time. That means that they are doing like I recommended and starting to bring out the rest of the missing starters. And they'll probably be doing this kind of in this order. So starting tonight at 7 p.m. we'll be getting Venusaur. That'll be running till March the 5th, at which point Blastoise will pick up at 7 p.m. in the evening, Eastern time, whatever that is your time zone. It says 0 UTC here. And then that'll be running till the 12th, and then on the 13th, Charizard picks up. Now, I'm not terribly hyped about Charizard. Been there, done that. Like I said, he was the original 7-star raid, but these are awesome. Now, the one thing to bear in mind, there will not be any way to get shinies from this event short of breeding them from this. However, if you saw my video on Mew and Mewtwo, you know there's an actual way to acquire them from the Gen 1 and in fact Gen 2 games. And I need to bring that video out probably next month, just because once the Pokemon Bank starts to like really get in the danger zone, everything else that's ending Pokemon Bank will still be live for a little bit longer. The opportunity to get those shinies is going to kind of peter off. But there's a quick and easy, well, say not quick, but there's a fairly easy way to get guaranteed shiny from Gen 1 and Gen 2, which I haven't talked about before. So we'll have that conversation. But not what I was expecting, but this is pretty hype. That said, this is not the big news of the day. The big news of the day is Legends Z2A, which I'm going to want to say that backwards for like ever. This is absolutely like the big news. This is the big one, guys. Now, if you don't know, right now we are actually smack dab in the middle of a Pokemon X and Y cage lock right here on this channel with 2 other partner channels and one other dude that friend of ours that actually doesn't have a Pokemon channel, but he's got 2 other channels on YouTube. We are literally in the middle of this, and we're starting to get some of the story that's actually going to trickle into this. So this is phenomenal news. But what's really awesome about this makes the most sense. Number one, I've been dying for another Legends games. I loved Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus was just an insane amount of fun. It was like it's to this day my favorite Pokemon game, but it is because it's so different to all the other types of games out there, and the difficulty level is much higher. Now, that was Legends Arceus, and that made sense because, you know, Arceus is the big go, the one, like the original. He is essentially the Pokemon one above all. Makes sense. Now, why this version? Well, there's a lot of questions around what's happening, and even in Paldea, we got some clues as to, or say some clues, we got some more questions, really. We didn't get any real clues. We got a ton more questions as to what's up with Area Zero, going back to AZ from X and Y. So this actually looks pretty hype. This should expound upon that whole, there's tons of questions. And in fact, we went back and looked at some of the Pokemon character designs, and some of them look very, I don't know if terrestrialized is the right word, but they seem to have a similar motif, a lot of hexagonal motifs, things like that. So there is a ton here. Plus, we know like nothing about AZ. So this should be a really insanely hyped game. It's a Legends game about a character that's not a Pokemon, or at least that's my take on this at the moment. So this should be like one of the biggest things to ever happen to Pokemon lore. This is going to be absolutely insane. Now, what else does this mean? And this is what most people are really hyped about above all else. This is the triumphant return of Megas And it looks like there will be brand new Mega Evolutions coming in this game. So, I'd love to show you more. I really don't want to delve too deep into this because obviously there are going to be, some copyrighted materials in here that they probably don't want us to promote too much. But you can already see the town right back here. You know, that tower in the background. Gyarados there in the front. So there's a lot to... There we go. There we go. I don't want to blow too much of that. So this right here is that main town in the center of the whole X and Y map. This is... As soon as I saw that, I was like, this is insane. This is huge. Is this remakes? This is better than remakes. This takes the lore and just expands it. Way bigger. Like, how much Legends Arceus did for that generation, that is what this is going to do for Gen 6. So, an absolutely insane take. I cannot wait for more of this. Guys, as we get more details on this, I will cover more, but right now, I'm just, like, riding the hype train. Legends Z to A. I'm guessing Zeta to Alpha. I'm not sure how they're actually going to word it, but there you guys go. Like, comment. I'll be back with the X and Y Cage Lock series coming up later on this week. Hope to see you guys there, and we got more coming out for you guys here really soon, so stay tuned.